What was that gym teacher name? No, it was
Miss McCann.
Miss Brooks.
No, Miss Brooks was she was there.
She had that paddle.
But it was Miss Bales or something like that.
Right. Now, anyway, we're going to walk in the community. Who wants to walk with me? And we just discovered some stuff. Hi, Miss Beverly. Miss Beverly grew up on 22 and Nichols Place. It wasn't named after Nichols Place.
It was not named after
the Nichols. Another Nichols. Okay, walking through the community.
What's that mile make you get a whooping? That would be a good one for him to see that.
Yes.
What Michael used to go with Lisa or something? Lisa Williams?
Lisa Williams.
Michael Jackson used to go with Lisa Williams.
Yeah. She looked like, and then if you
Okay, we're standing on 22nd, the 22nd block, as you can see. On the west side of Madison, there are no houses left from 22nd from 23rd to 21st.
And it used to be nothing but houses.
Nothing but.
I mean, apartment buildings from that end all the way to William down. House.
We can do that. Yeah. But I want to say this is 22nd here. On the corner was Elder Williams' house. I don't know if you remember Elder Williams, Viola. Angela White lived on the corner.
Right, yep, Angela White.
Next door was my grandmother, the Maggie Berry, Willie Berry. You had Linda Seekers, Franks, Miss Geraldine, Joanne and Bernard. Next,
I remember them.
Next to that, also in my house, we had Theodore Howe. That's who I first remember at my grandmother's house. Billy Simmons and Sammy. Billy
he passed away about 2 years ago.
Right. You had Willie Golf. You had Willie Golf.
Kenneth Page.
Then Mr. Lucas. The Makins lived.
Right over there.
Then the Pages next door. You remember Lily had the brother Freddie. They lived on top of the Pages. They were the cousins. And Samuel Walford. Okay, next to the Pages, you have Booker T.
Booker T, Donald. Donald stayed there.
Next door.
Donald,
that was Booker T and Freddie Bear.
Yeah, Freddie Bear, Booker T.
And Kane. You remember Kane stayed in the basement? Okay, next to the to that, then you had Mr. Butler. Reverend Butler and his wife lived in the basement. And that was Donald. Donald was the son. And was his wife. But next door was the Williams, Reverend Williams and Mrs. Williams. You got Vernon A. Williams, reporter for the Gary Post. And I think Vernon's living in Indianapolis now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then you have, next to that, you have Reverend Jennings and the Garmins. What's Miss Garmin's name? She was a...
Well, that's who I had a son by their cousin, Oscar Garmin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, their brother just passed, Farmer Garmin. They just buried him.
I saw him down at Seymour.
Huh?
About a month ago.
What? Farmer Garmin?
Yeah.
Where you saw him at Seymour?
Well, this is my house. This is the house I grew up in. 2281 Madison. That's the Williams homes.
Well, you forgot the Jones.
Wait, we're not finished. We're on this side.
But you went to that side. Yeah.
That's because I'm walking this way. Come on, walk with me.
Okay. Walk that song. Come on, walk with me.
Tell you what my house was.
Okay, go ahead. Go and run it down. Danette.
My house, all I can tell you was my house and the 2216, the Moore stayed right next door to Frank, 2215. And then we had the Boot, we had the Cavaliers.
Yep.
And who else got it?
Brooks, Cavaliers, Calvin had some old
Shirley Moore.
Jerome Wiseberry.
Shirley Morgan stayed across the street from
on 24th.
From Miller
Right
store.
Right.
No, they stayed across from the liquor store.
Yeah, the liquor store was on one corner and Miller.
Grocery store, Miller's grocery store.
I think it was Harris Liquor.
Harris, that was Harris.
Johnny Harris.
Yeah.
Johnny Harris, that's it.
Johnny Harris.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go on to the corner here.
Look, we were very active.
That's what I remember.
I'm going to tell you.
Hey, Richard Nicky, have you ever walked from 22nd to downtown? That's when you had a downtown.
Oh, I thought I was big stuff, maybe about 8 or 9. I went downtown. And
Putting stuff in your
wait,
pocket?
by myself. I came back home and told my mother I walked home from downtown.
We walk all the time. You right?
Okay, now I just want to say something about this tree right here. This tree is still standing.
Oh,
Keep been there a long time.
Been here a long time. Now this is the tree I had to come and get a switch so my mother could whoop me. What kind of sense was that? And wait.
Wait, I
was going to say, and if it wasn't big enough, she'll make me go back and get another. Then she said, don't have me to go out and get the switch.
Look, iron cord, telephone cord.
Let's tear this tree down. But we're going to start on this side of Madison. Right here would be Zach Jones.
Yeah, the Jones.
And Mr. Baker. I don't know, that was Miss Polly's father.
Miss Baker. Mr.
Griffin.
Baker, the Bakers.
Right. They used to live downstairs first before then after Mr. Baker died, Miss Baker moved over.
Yeah, I
right.
didn't know that.
And that house, then the guy that played
Blackula. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
A little bit too fast.
Okay, so right here we have the Jones, Zach Jones.
Yeah.
Next door was Miss McKnight. And then Cookie Barham, the Barhams.
Yeah, I remember Cookie.
And
her mother named
Jeffrey,
Dorothy.
Jeffrey and Jerome.
Yeah.
Then we had the grocery store next to us. It was, like I said, it was owned first by Miss Omega and Clyde Lyons.
Yeah.
You had Michael Lee, Sandra Lee, Dale, and Claudette.
Yeah, Claudette. You right.
Claudette.
You got a good memory.
Anyway, keep living. Wait, and then you have also Renee. You remember Renee Williams and her mother lived in the back of the store. And Mickey.
And then they moved around.
Shirley.
Yeah, and her mother did hair.
Right.
Her mother was a beautician. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember somebody. That's one thing. Oh, speaking of that,
around there by
that's
David
what I got
Matthews and them.
Right, they lived on 22nd place.
And so did the Williams. That's where the Williams lived.
Yeah.
You know, because hey, we used to always like to look nice, you know. Yeah.
Next door to my house was Mr. Redmond. You remember Miss Redmond? And Miss Patterson was Mr. Redmond's mother. Yeah, and then Ned Harris lived underneath after Miss Patterson died.
Oh, okay.
Next to that we had Mr. Grant. No, next to that Grant, Miss Harriet Grant.
That was your cousin.
And well, before that, next to the Redmonds, we had another Redmond. She sold insurance. I forgot her first name. And then down below, you had Miss Amanda Johnson, and her son was Barnes. Leonard, I can't think of his.
But you study going down because you had Tom Slick now.
Right.
Macklemore.
Right.
And Clark.
Oh, Elijah Clark.
Elijah Clark. And James Ernest.
Elijah Clark.
Yeah.
I remember that name.
Okay, we're gonna walk this way. Right here is. Come on.
That's my house right there. I grew up right there.
That's your what?
317.
Oh, that's his house.
Yeah, that's the house I grew up in.
Okay.
Now next door was.
What was the Goble?
I remember Pig.
Okay.
Oh, Pig was his uncle.
Okay.
And next to that was the
Griffin. Now I'm gonna tell you a story.
I remember her.
I'm gonna tell Sandra Griffin. I'm gonna tell you a story about my finger. I was cutting Miss Polly's grass right here, and it was tall grass, and I don't know, not paying attention. I was paying attention and not being sensible. What happened? The grass was tall, and the blade turned off. So I stuck my hand up there and pulled the grass out. It started back up. Okay, I kept cutting, and then the second time, the blade stopped, and I put my hand up there. The blade caught this finger.
Wow!
But you know, it was May 3rd, 1974. I was 18 years old.
Okay, you remember that. Would you let the blade still go?
No, it stopped. But then when I pulled the grass out, it started back. But hey, the funniest thing about that, my finger didn't bleed. You just saw white gristle in there, and the bone sticking up. And Miss Polly said, my grandmother was across the street looking out the window. She said, what we gonna tell Maggie? I said, we gonna tell Maggie I got to go to the hospital.
So it couldn't be attached back?
Well, see, I didn't find the other piece. I didn't even look for it.
Oh, you didn't look for your piece.
Okay, then next door we have, you know who else used to live here? What's next? I can't think of his name.
James. I know.
Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy.
They had 2 boys.
Yeah.
Terrence
And Tim.
Their grandmother used to live there too.
Who stayed in that house?
I can't remember all their names.
I don't know if you remember Miss Graham. She was a teacher at Beckman.
Oh,
Little short lady.
yeah,
I forgot what she did. But she used to live in the basement right here.
Oh, okay. These houses still look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this White House is the LeBroy's house. You know, we had Miss Rosetta LeBroy. She was first grade teacher at First Baptist Church. And then she went on to become a principal and then administration.
In the Gary Community Schools.
Right.
Yeah.
He gets around there too.
Yeah.
And her husband was Lester LeBroy.
Big Buddy.
Big Buddy. He was a detective for the
Yes, he was.
Gary policeman. That's the only detective I've ever really known personally in Gary.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He gets around there too, I told you.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah,
right here,
Sales.
Walter Sales. Walter's in Los Angeles now. On the corner here was a building. Yep. Next door was Deborah. What's Deborah's last name? Cox. I want to say Deborah Cox.
Oh, they had a brother named Tom too.
Yeah, Tom Wilson.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson.
All around where you are, where they grew up at. See, we was on 22nd, but we know, all of us mixed and mingled.
Now on the corner here was Mr. Bradley, and he had his wife was Ruth Bradley, who also did hair. And people would come to her house and she would do the hair there. But she did my mother's hair a couple of times.